and gals, backwaters and backwoods here, obviously. So Nancy, Wavey, and I are headed up to Grand Marais, Michigan to collect some rocks, some Lake Superior rocks. Some of the most beautiful ones you'll find in all of Lake Superior seem to be around that area. And we are expanding our fire ring and also doing some landscaping. And since it's way past tourist season, we should have the place to ourselves, and we're going to take you along and show it to you because it's one of the most beautiful places in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And there's a couple other things that I can probably share with you in this video. It's kind of shaping up to be a behind the scenes and in-betweens. We are gearing up to go on a real adventure, but I think I'm going to kind of keep that as a surprise for you guys. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this one, and stay tuned. We're going to do 1 or 2 more loads. We haven't decided yet, but this gets heavy really quick. Again, you're walking on sand, it makes it even harder. It's getting heavy, huh, man? Third load, guys. We are looking for enlightenment. We keep saying, before enlightenment, haul rocks. After enlightenment, go to Superior Brewery and have a hamburger. What were you saying, babe?
Our enlightenment will be complete after 1 more load.
So we're going light load this time, guys, for our last load.
Yep.
What you doing, babe?
I am picking rose hips.
Rose hips.
Yep.
And what are these going to be for?
I'm gonna make some jam and or syrup. It's very, very high in vitamin C. So very good for you. They're basically the fruit that is produced after the rose flower.
So these are roses, and then when
these are rose bushes.
If you guys want us to make a video on how Nancy makes this rose hip jelly and syrup, let us know in the comments below, and we will make one. Okay, babe, tell us what you're going to do with that batch right there.
I am gonna take it home and cover it with water and boil it, and then strain off the rose hips, add the appropriate amount of sugar, and turn it into jelly.
So Nancy and I came back home and we realized that there was a time change and we had an extra hour before dark, sort of, if you want to call it that. And so we're running up to this lake. I'll show you. It's like 3 miles away from the homestead. And we're going to see if we can catch some fish, but there's kind of a trick to it, which I will explain to you as we do this. So stay tuned. Whose idea was this?
Mine.
They're gonna say it's mine and I'm making you do this, but no, it was your idea, wasn't it? This lake is not private, but it doesn't have a public access, and so it makes it really hard to fish. So we launch the canoe at the bridge and then park up the road here. We're gonna walk down here. We think because it doesn't get fished that much, because it's really hard to fish, that there's gonna be lots of good fish in here. Maybe some big fish. So we've been wanting to find out for months now. So let's find out together. Stay tuned. We're checking to see if we can fit under this culvert, and then we could get to the other side of the lake, or we could possibly launch over there and go through here. This is the better side to fish, we think. We're still kind of figuring this out. Yeah, we could duck down and pull ourselves through there, no problem. Okay guys, we were in such a rush that we left the tackle box on the shore and we had to go back. But we went and got it, so now we're paddling over to this quiet corner and we're gonna see if there's any fish in here. We'll blame Wavey. Yeah, you. You know me, guys. I'll just throw out a bobber and a worm and see what happens. Oh, I see Wavey's made it up into your lap.
Yeah.
You're pathetic. Okay, guys, we're not catching any fish, so we're going to see if we can get under this culvert here, just for future reference. I mean, we probably could just pull ourselves through on the ceiling. It is creepy. Oh, I just hit my head. Don't let this be the time that this culvert fails.
This is very eerie. I think we might have to paddle because there's a current.
Right.
Maybe not. Go over to the right. Because there's a log.
Okay. To the right.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, right there where you're going. Okay, there we go. Yep. Well, look at that. We did it. Well, howdy guys and gals, Backwaters and Backroads here. Let me catch you up on what's going on. I'm trying to put together a behind the scenes and in-betweens video for you. I think I have lots of footage and hopefully it'll be good. But let me turn the phone around and I'll tell you what's going on. This is a ice castle. For those that aren't from this part of the world, they're made in Minnesota, southern Minnesota, and they're quite the success story. And this is a very modest one. I'll show you some pictures of what the models and what they could look like, and the sky's the limit, trust me, in money and luxury and comfort. Wavy gravy. But ours is a little, it's called a Grandpa's Hideout, and it's a base model, and I'll try to explain to you why quickly. So see these walls? The models, the better models, what you call it, you know, like the more deluxe models, have cedar on the walls and sometimes on the ceiling. And I couldn't afford that. I mean, I guess I could have if I really kept looking and looking for maybe a used one, but I couldn't find it for I don't know, almost a year I was looking. So I just went with this one because I got a really good deal on it. Here, let me turn the phone around. You know, for those that have been around my channel for a while, you might remember that I lived in an ice castle when I lived on the beach in Ontonagon. That was a Mille Lacs model. It wasn't the top of the line, but it was definitely a nicer one than the one I'm standing in right now. It was bigger, wider. I think it was 16 by 8 and 8, 16 by 8. And this one is a 12 by 6.5. And I'll try to explain a couple of things here. This isn't going to be an ice castle video, but I kind of want to catch you up on what we're doing here really quick, as I can. So I sold that one when I got this little place over here in Minnesota, just for money reasons. And well, I'll turn the phone back around. And these ice castles make fantastic campers because they're 4-season. They have really good insulation. They even have one called an Arctic model that has even more insulation, and you can get the floors insulated, like spray foamed, which I will probably eventually do. And I know some people do it themselves with like a 2-step process. I'll have to do a lot of research on that. And I think there's also some like breather safety concerns when you do that. But for now, I'm not worried about it. But what we're doing is, since we couldn't find a good deal, I couldn't find a good deal initially on one with cedar, we are going to, when I say we, Nancy and I and Wavey, are going to cedar it ourselves. And I couldn't really find anything online. Here, I'm going to step back outside. You know, we've been researching online that people who have taken ice castles, you know, they've made these since for probably 25 years now. And I think a few people have taken some old ones and kind of remodeled them, or updated them, or given them facelifts, and some people have added cedar to them. But generally, most people just kind of buy what they want right out the gate, And we're going to kind of do something new here, and we're going to make our own nicer cedar-lined, cedar interior ice castle with a base model. And I'm going to try to do that pretty quickly, and then we are going to go on an adventure. And, well, so I know some guys are going to say, weren't you building a puddle jumper? Weren't you building a shanty boat? Yes, we are building a shanty boat. And I did get some of it done. I got the deck cleared. I got the old 2-stroke pulled off, and we have the 4-stroke we're going to put on it. But we decided that since the weather's starting to turn, it started raining a lot, and soon it's going to start snowing. Nancy and I talked about it, and we're just going to pick that project back up in the spring when we get home. But for this winter, because mostly me. We'll talk more about that this winter, about how Nancy and I are trying to work out a balance between her love for homesteading and my love for adventures, and how sometimes those things seem to be, diametrically opposed, because one is stationary and one's moving usually. But we're going to be able to do it one way or another. And so we're going to go exploring this winter, and we're going to use the ice castle here. And I feel like with that base model interior, it just feels like a hotel room is what I call it. I don't want to live in a hotel room. I love cedar, as you guys know. That's what we did the Beagle Barge with. That's what we're doing this little house with. Pretty much anything that will take it, I will try to put cedar up on the walls. I just love it. I just love that Northwoods aesthetic, and it just feels good. You can just lay in bed or sit on the couch or whatever, and you can just look at it. It's better than art. So that's what we're going to do this one, because I don't have enough money to go buy a new one with cedar in it. So why don't you come along and let's see what we can do with making this one a cedar-lined ice castle, so we can go have a proper adventure this winter. Stay tuned. Oh hi, my name's Wavey Gravy, star of the channel. Do you like shanty boats? If you do, come over to Facebook and join the Shallow Drafters Shanty Boat Club. You'll see a lot of familiar names over there that you also see on YouTube. We've got like 1,500 members, and it's growing fast. So everybody's welcome, and it's free. Thanks!